When you go into the system, they ask you, what did you do wrong? Where are you from? Are you from a gang? Essentially what they're asking is, what is wrong with you? When we criminalize young people, we're communicating to them that they are bad, that is not simply a manifestation of their conduct, but essentially is their essence. As a young person who had this happen to him, it was demoralizing to be viewed as a bad kid. I did not get better because of my experience in the so-called justice system. I needed to get out of that system to get better.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How many of you guys know somebody that's been in jail, who's been incarcerated? I'm sure some of those people could benefit from more opportunities.
The work that I lead at the National Center for Youth Law, or NCYL, is really focused on identifying issues in collaboration with communities who are most impacted by the system. We develop policy solutions, campaign to pass these policies, and once passed, we work with these very same communities to implement them at the local level.
I help judges and prosecutors understand why kids are different, why when kids mess up, it's not because they can't change or they can't learn.
Since I've been an attorney in the last 11 years, I've helped write and pass 23 different laws in California, ranging from abolishing life without parole sentences for juveniles, to removing prosecutors' powers to charge kids as adults.
NCYL has been transformative in the youth justice space, making sure that jurisdictions were doing their best to make sure kids were safe and kids that shouldn't be incarcerated were not incarcerated.
I was 15 when I committed my crime. I was a young man trying to prove a point and looking for instant gratification. Ultimately, that led me to committing one of the worst decisions in my life. I served approximately 4 years in 2 institutions. Frankie Guzman motivated me to pursue my bachelor's in political science and international affairs, and I'm currently in the process of submitting law school applications.
I'll get started right now. I'm a regional specialist with the Office of Youth and Community Restoration, and we treat youth through a public health lens, so we try to...
My team and I have been helping community groups divert young people at the point of contact with police through evidence-based programs and treatment models.
We know through the work of NCYL that diversion is the best thing that we can do for the youth and for our communities.
We have worked on budget advocacy that have invested about $60 million in community-based programs to provide kids these opportunities that I feel like I needed as a kid.
I'm a family man. I'm busy raising 2 beautiful daughters, and I'm bringing a lot of what I wish I could have experienced as a kid. R3. I hope to demonstrate to current incarcerated youth that the sky's the limit. You could reach your fullest potential.
The reason why I do the work that I do is not only because I think it's wrong to punish kids the way we do, but because I'm one of those kids. It's personal to me.
When I was 5 years old, my 16-year-old brother was arrested for murder, tried as an adult, and given a life sentence. And for me, that was the original trauma that I experienced. It took me many years, including my own incarceration, to dig myself out of that hole.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to your brother?
Thank you for asking that. So I worked on a law called the Youth Offender Parole Law, which basically requires the state to no longer focus on the crime that you committed as a kid, but how you've changed. So after serving 33 years in prison, my brother came home in 2018 at age 50.
When my brother was able to get out because of a law that I helped write and pass, it was too real. All he ever needed was an opportunity to show that he had changed. And when you give people hope that they can come out one day and live a better life, they will rise to that challenge.